In June 1914, almost nobody thought a world war was coming. By August, four empires were mobilizing, and within weeks, millions of men were marching to the front. It took just 37 days to turn one assassination into a global catastrophe. Here's how it happened, and why military historians still study it as a warning. On June 28, 1914, Archduke Franz Ferdinand of Austria-Hungary was assassinated in Sarajevo by a Serbian nationalist. On its own, this was a regional crisis, the kind Europe had absorbed before without a continental war. But by 1914, Europe had built itself into two rigid alliance blocs: Austria-Hungary and Germany on one side, Russia, France, and eventually Britain on the other. Every major power had a treaty obligation to defend its allies. What should have stayed a local dispute became a trigger connected to millions of soldiers across the continent. Here's where it gets terrifying. Austria-Hungary issued an ultimatum to Serbia. Russia began mobilizing to support Serbia. Germany, allied with Austria-Hungary, saw Russian mobilization as a direct threat and mobilized too. France, allied with Russia, followed. Germany then invaded Belgium to outflank France, pulling Britain into the war to defend Belgian neutrality. None of these leaders sat down and decided to fight a 4-year war that would kill over 15 million people. Each individual decision seemed logical, even necessary, given the alliances already in place. Historians call this a chain reaction of mobilization. Once the trains carrying troops started running, on rigid timetables, almost no one believed they could be stopped without looking weak. This is exactly why the guns of August became shorthand, not just for World War I, but for a specific kind of danger. Escalation through obligation, not intention. Alliance commitments, rigid military planning, and leaders afraid to blink first can turn a manageable crisis into an unstoppable one. Modern strategists still use 1914 as a case study. NATO's Article 5, mutual defense treaties across Asia, nuclear-armed states with automated early warning systems. The tools have changed, but the core risk hasn't. A regional incident escalating faster than diplomacy can respond, because too many actors are bound by prior commitments. Look at today's flashpoints. A Russia-NATO incident in the Baltic. A confrontation in the Taiwan Strait, where the US, China, and regional allies all have overlapping commitments. A skirmish that pulls in treaty partners faster than leaders can de-escalate. The specific alliances are different from 1914, but the mechanism, layered obligations plus a fast-moving crisis, is the same structural risk that turned an assassination in Sarajevo into a war spanning 4 continents. The unsettling lesson of August 1914 isn't that any single leader wanted catastrophe. It's that a system built on rigid alliances and rapid mobilization can produce catastrophe even when no one wants it, simply because stepping back looks more dangerous than stepping forward. That's why, over a century later, the guns of August isn't just history. It's a warning that gets reread every time global tensions start to rise. If you want to see how these same alliance dynamics are playing out in today's Flashpoints, subscribe. Because history doesn't repeat exactly, but it definitely rhymes.